This week, a Florida jury reached a decision in the case of the police-involved killing of a man named Gregory Hill, Jr. On January 14, 2014, officers responded to a noise complaint at Hill's home. When they arrived, he reportedly opened the garage door, then closed it. That's when Deputy Christopher Newman fired 4 shots through the closed door, hitting Hill 3 times. Hill's family filed a wrongful death suit against the officers, and this week, a jury concluded the father of 3 was 99% responsible for his own death and opted to award the family a measly $4 in damages. For more, we cross to the family's attorney, Mr. John Phillips. Welcome to the show. Mr. Phillips, can you share with us, first of all, how the family is reacting to this news, and then how you believe it's possible that a jury would look at the facts of this case and determine that Mr. Hill, who was shot in the head through a closed garage door, was responsible for his own death?
Thank you. Thank you for having us to talk about this important story. You know, we were shocked and disappointed. I'd honestly rather have 0 than to have to tell 3 children of this young man that their pain, that their suffering was worth $1 apiece. And then because your father was held 99% responsible, that translates to 1 penny apiece. It begs the question of the whole conversation of do Black Lives Matter in America? And that jury seemingly said that they don't have equal standing. And you know, looking at the facts of the case, the officer clearly was impeached by repeatedly about whether Mr. Hill had a gun in his hand. The gun was found in his pocket, and at any event, the gun was never brandished at anyone. This was an argument over loud music, not a misdemeanor or a felony, and it's just a tragic set of circumstances where we think an officer got spooked by a door going up and fired and killed a man.
Right. I mean, talking to the editorial team here, many of us said the same thing. $4 is almost more insulting than nothing at all. Can you explain what's next for the family? Are you guys planning to appeal or continue to fight this case?
Yes, ma'am. So the first step is to ask the judge for a motion for new trial based upon it not being fair, or a motion to basically ignore the jury verdict. It's called notwithstanding the jury verdict. And if the judge says yes, we start over and fix the issues that we felt were not fair. If the judge says no, we have to appeal to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. Again, if they say yes, we start over. If they say no, there's an issue here that the U.S. Supreme Court could be hearing, because it's an important case of whether you can get shot for simply answering your door with a gun in your pocket.
Hill's mother says her son's life wasn't just taken that day, but that in fact the SWAT team, which responded to the scene, actually fired so much tear gas into his home that it's now unlivable. Why was a SWAT team necessary for this incident to begin with?
It was kind of the ultimate overreaction, the word overkill, Keystone Cop style, where Mr. Hill lay there dead, but their narrative was that he was barricaded inside and could possibly shoot up more officers. Again, the gun was unloaded and it was never fired at anyone, but because of that, they brought in SWAT. They brought in a military-grade tank. They shot tear gas in nearly every window, and this happened January 14th, 2014. We're in 2018, and that home is still unlivable.
Wow. I mean, has anyone made the point, how is it possible that the gun would be in his pocket if he was shot in the head while brandishing it?
We have. Our forensic expert said exactly that it was impossible, because once he was shot in the head, he had no ability to control motor movement. And second, where they said the gun was, the bullets would have had to travel through the gun and through the wrist to hit Mr. Hill where it was. Their defense made no sense, and yet the jury awarded 4 cents. And that is horrific, and it's injustice, and we hope we can reverse it.
Well, we will continue to monitor the case and hope that you'll come back and share some better news with us in the future. John Phillips, attorney for the family, thank you so much for coming and talking about this case today.
Thank you.